So today the moon continues in Cancer, and there are some important alignments going on that have to do with who we are, how we're changing, and what that translates into in terms of how we express ourselves in the world. I'm Marina Orms here with your Astro Vibe for Sunday, May 12th. And while this video is for Sunday, I'm actually focusing today on a couple of alignments that are happening exact early Monday morning. So I'm in Pacific time in the United States, and just a little bit after 2 a.m. my time, the sun joins up with the planet Uranus, the planet of shakeup, change, freedom, and authenticity. And then just a little bit over an hour after that, the moon goes from Cancer, where we are focusing on self-care and needs, emotions, into Leo, where we need to express ourselves. So between the sun conjoining or joining up with Uranus, the planet of shakeup and freedom, and the moon going into Leo, there are some themes here of how we express ourselves, what it looks like, what it means to be ourselves in the world, right? Not just on the inside, but how we share that, how we express it, how we convey who we are to the outside world. And it turns out it's pretty important in our human journey to our well-being, right? Our mind, body, spirit, emotion, wellness. And as we are thinking about that wellness, we are also undergoing some inner transformation with Pluto now retrograde in Aquarius. So Pluto is the planet of truth and power and transformation. And it's now retrograde, meaning that those themes, truth, power, and transformation, are now going inward. So the process of transformation goes inward for us to look at, feel, move through on the inside. And so it's not necessarily a process where we need the engagement of the outside world, right? We can reflect on things that we experience and do that processing internally through our feelings, our thoughts, our ways of understanding ourselves, our clarity about who we are, and things like that. However, this is going together with these alignments between the sun joining with Uranus and the moon going into Leo, that especially Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, we have this energy of self-expression as a way of clarifying our own inner process. So the sun, which is in Taurus, joins up with Uranus. And as it does a couple of things. It activates the planet Uranus through, reminding us that Uranus and Jupiter are coming together to create a reset point for the next 14 years, where the beginning of the Jupiter-Uranus cycle is helping us embark on a new journey of discovering a new part of ourselves. So expanding into more of who we are by opening a door to a part of ourselves that we haven't fully actualized or fully explored its potential yet. And so the last time Jupiter and Uranus came together was 2010, and we began. So you could think back to, where you were in 2010 and what was beginning for you then in terms of learning more about who you are. So for 14 years, you've been doing that in a particular area of life, exploring and learning about and integrating and expanding into, growing into a part of you that is needing to be developed, right? Believed in, trusted, expanded. And so we're beginning now a new journey into a new part of ourselves, similarly to the way we did 14 years ago. So the sun, as it forms this exact conjunction a little after 2 a.m. Pacific time on Monday, reminds us that we're doing that. We're doing that reset, right? And it says you need to share something about who you are as a way to clarify what is expanding for you, what it is you're stepping into. And then as the moon goes into Leo, the moon is a part of ourselves that is felt. It's our deeper, more primal selves. It is the part that feels things, it feels energy. We have needs through our moon. We have needs for caring and support and, nurturing, all those good moon mother themes. And so the themes of caring and nurturing are there with the moon. But when the moon goes into Leo, it means that the most caring place we can be for ourselves is through expression. Leo is about creativity. It's about sharing, shining your light, putting yourself out there, being seen, having something to share and offer that can be received by someone or someone's around you, right? Maybe the world at large, maybe a certain person, but there's some quality there with the moon going into Leo of needing to express yourself and offer that for someone else, right? Give it and share it and shine it and offer it through putting it out there. So now that Leo moon, as it goes into Leo, especially in the wee hours, Monday morning, or you can adjust for your own time zone, will be opposing Pluto, right? Pluto retrograde that we just talked about, taking us on an inner journey of working through something internally, having our energies inside be reorganized or reformulated. It's like we're reformulating ourselves, except we don't really have to do anything. It's a process that's happening, and we just need to support ourselves to in this journey. Same way, a mom giving birth, you don't do, you can't control that process, but absolutely, can you support it? Yes, of course you can. So it's the same for yourself. If you were giving birth to yourself, you want to support that. It's gonna, it's unfolding in the way that nature does, the way that a caterpillar becomes a butterfly, right? It's all happening sort of on this mysterious level. So we don't have to make it happen, but we do have to take care of ourselves and recognize that we are doing this inner work. We are rearranging ourselves internally, or discovering new parts of ourselves, discovering new ways of manifesting ourselves, really, how we show up, and that we're learning how to do that. So there's this quality of doing the inner work, that internal experience, but there's a component of it that needs outward expression. That is reflected through the sun and the moon. So the sun conjoining with Uranus is reminding us that sharing who we are, and sharing from that place of authenticity, of our own uniqueness and our individuality. So don't be afraid to be yourself, even if you're weird or you go against the grain or you shake things up, right? That is performing a necessary function in society and community and workplaces and families. We need that quality of introducing the new, or shaking things up, or saying, hey, why are we doing it that way? What if we thought about it this way? Or saying, here's my innovation, here's my new idea, here's my way of thinking, and let me bring this forward. And even though there could be pushback in the sense of it making people uncomfortable because they like the status quo, like their comfort zone, we like our comfort zones too. But when we perform this natural function of being ourselves and showing up and saying, this is who I am, this is how I see it, I need to introduce my perspective, right? So we're needing to express ourselves. And the sun joining up with Uranus is saying we need to express ourselves by not holding back who we really are, by not holding back who we really are. It needs to be shared. It needs to show up, and who we are needs to come through as we express ourselves. So whether that looks like trying on a new outfit and seeing, how do people respond to that? Does it feel like me? Do I like the responses I'm getting? Do I want to do it differently? Or whether it is introducing your idea and saying, here's the way I've been thinking about it. I want to just put this on the table as a possibility, and then seeing what kind of feedback you get. Maybe you want to readjust, how you present it, or maybe there are things for you to learn in the way that you're sharing it. But the point is, don't hold back from being who you are and expressing that, showing up and shining and being seen for who you are. That is going to support, especially for the next couple of days, is going to support this inner process of transformation and the changes that are happening internally, that are going to happen, they're going to happen anyway. So how you can best support yourself is to be showing up as yourself, to trust yourself. And as we are setting forth on the beginning of this 14-year adventure and cycle between Jupiter and Uranus, where we're expanding into who we truly are, you want to think about not doing everything overnight, right? It's 14 years. You've got 14 years to get from here to there. You're not going to do it overnight. It's not the way it works. But it does matter what direction you're pointed in, right? So if you're pointed in the direction of where you need to go, what is true and right for you, what your soul is calling you forward into, that's the direction you want to aim yourself at. So thinking about it that way, it's like not resisting being who you are, not trying to squash or squelch or suppress or deny who you are, but just saying, let's see what this journey might look like and feel like if I do it from my authenticity, from who I am and what it feels like to be comfortable in my own skin, to be me. And it might not be comfortable, right? Because maybe there are ways that you've not gotten good feedback for things you've done in the past, but you're also a different person now, and you have learned things along the way. So it's time to try again, right? It's time to try and step into this expansion into the truth of who you are. So aligning yourself in the direction of where you're going, where you want to go. And there might be that, we work here with intention a lot. So setting your intention, but also listening clearly to your heart and where your soul is, what is feeling right for you, even if it goes against what someone else is saying or what you think you should be doing. Because remember, if you're pointed in the wrong direction, it doesn't mean you can't get where you're going, but it might be a little bit more convoluted to get there. Right? There might be some course corrections needed along the way. So this is just an opportunity to get yourself pointed in the right direction and be ready to take those steps forward to discover more about who you are. So that's sort of a bigger picture thing, obviously, that's happening and going to take 14 years. The next couple of days are about, hey, how does it feel when I present myself this way, or I try some art, or I experiment with creativity and new ideas and putting myself out there and inserting myself into the conversation. So, however that might look or feel right for you. Those are some of the themes that we're dealing with right now. It's going to obviously feel more intense or less intense depending on where Pluto is in your chart, or some of these other planets, Uranus especially, is in your chart. So in other words, Pluto and Uranus are there, the sun and moon are there, they're doing what they're doing, and we all are experiencing that. It's happening in the sky, so it's happening for all of us, but it is showing up in each of our charts in a different specific way. So it may be more intense for some people and not as intense for other people, right? It might be a little bit more smooth sailing. So it depends on what is in your chart and how this is showing up for you. Not only that, but it also depends on what your relationship has been with yourself all along, right? If you're very comfortable with yourself, you might be like, yeah, I love this. This is great. If becoming yourself has been more bumpy or more challenging for you, there might be some things to walk through as you go through this. So if you need some support on this journey, feel free to reach out to me. I have opportunities to work with me at astrologyheals.com is where you book time with me. You do get 20% off your first session working with me. So check that out. Again, I can look at your specific chart and we can understand what's showing up for you and relate it to things you might be experiencing and how you can show up in the most powerful ways for yourself. So thank you for being here. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. I'm here every day, and so you can get these quick daily boost of positive energy and daily self-care that is all aligned with the moon and the planets. I do a little bit longer videos, often on the weekends, but I'm here every day with a short, well, maybe they're not all short, but shorter little boost for your day. So thank you for subscribing. Thanks so much for being here, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.